All right, so today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about the power of self-belief. Lately since I've been training shirtless again, a lot of people have been surprised of seeing, again, a lot of people are like, wow, you're a lot more jacked than we remember you being. You've gotten leaner and stronger. You're closing in on 50, and you're doing great. Everyone used to talk about your bad genetics and stuff. And here's the thing. What people don't understand is that I'm a coach. I coach people for a living. I know how to get people's mindset right. And it's not just about myself. It's when you look at the research. We have research on this. Self-belief is a powerful thing. When you block out what other people say, okay, and you believe in yourself, and I don't mean, believe in something that's impossible. Okay, I don't mean that you're going to make drug-like gains without drugs in terms of size or whatever, right? You're not going to go compete as a professional bodybuilder drug-free or things like that. I don't mean that level of delusion, but the belief that you're better than you probably are has been shown in studies to actually work. Okay, there's a lot of power in self-belief. And if you guys don't believe me, look at two of the classic studies that have been done on muscle growth and strength. All right, one of them where they didn't do any genetic testing. They divided people in groups and they told them, because they took samples and stuff, that we tested your genetics, right? And when they took people and put them in groups, they found that if they told people that they had above average genetics for the ability to gain muscle and strength, okay, and they put them in one group. And then they put another group, with the same training, right? Again, these double-blind sort of studies, so even the people coaching them and stuff don't know who's in what group. And they tell the other group that their genetics were a little below average. That they were not really gifted at all for gaining muscle or strength, and that they would probably, they could still make gains, but it would be a little below average, right? What do you think happened to those people in the studies? What do you think happened? Well, the people who were lied to and told they had better than average genetics, they made better than average gains. The people who were also lied to and told they had below average, because they didn't actually test their genetics. We don't know how to always test all this stuff. The group that they told had below average genetics, what do you think happened? They gained less muscle and strength. They gained less muscle and strength. Okay. Now, I'm 46 years old, and what have you guys seen me do in the last few months? You've seen me bench 315 for 8 reps. Yeah, I've done that on camera a couple times. You guys have seen me, deadlift like 550 or 5 reps. Things like that, right? Decently jacked, decently lean, doing this at 46. But everyone on the internet said I didn't have any potential. Said it forever. People made fun of it. Said I had the worst genetics in YouTube fitness. I've done pretty good. I've outlasted most of my contemporaries. Many of them are dead. Many of them are beat up and they can't train anymore, yet here I am, grinding away. Why? Well, obviously because I know good programming, that helps. I have good knowledge of nutrition, sure, that all helps. Definitely a factor, but I believe in myself. I believe in myself. Another example of the power of self-belief. It's happened in studies with fake steroids. There have been cases where control groups were taken and trained in one way, and then they gave sugar pills to another group and told them it was a really powerful oral anabolic steroid. Which group do you think made faster gains? The ones who were told they were given a steroid. By the way, most supplements work on placebo. Most of them don't work. They can't work, actually. If they work, they get outlawed. Right? They're illegal. They can't sell you stuff that works, builds muscle. It's against the law. FYI. It's against the law. It's illegal. You can't actually do that. It should be the first dead giveaway they don't work. It's been out for 2 years and it's not been outlawed yet? Well, clearly it hasn't been proven to work. But they made much better gains. It wasn't just a little better, it was dramatically better. Why? Because they believed that they were being given steroids. They were just given a sugar pill. It was a placebo. But it worked. I saw that back in the day. We had a guy who was getting all these side effects, getting good gains, but he was getting bad acne and he couldn't control his rage. Right? He's like, this stuff I'm taking is too strong. And he came and showed it to us. And it was a known counterfeit. Like, it was a known fake product that had already been identified as on the internet as being fake. People had tested. It turned out there was nothing in it. So, testosterone. And he was injecting it. I mean, I was making serious gains on it and had all sorts of roid rage problems and everything, and he was just injecting sesame seed oil with alcohol in it. Why? Because he believed that it would work. I mean, it was an injection that produces all sorts of stuff in the brain. Like, your brain is really convinced now. Okay? Power of placebo. The guy was making the best gains of his life. He was getting just cock diesel strong. Why? Because he took a fake steroid with a really pretty label and good labels, and he actually injected it. I mean, again, a lot of belief there. Worked pretty good. There was no drug in it. He wasn't taking anything actually, but he thought he was. Here's my point. What you tell yourself matters. And come back to that entire point about self-belief. If you believe that you don't have potential and that you're a hard gainer and all these other things, your gains are going to suck. And I'm not saying you can train stupid and all this stuff and believe in yourself and it's going to work. You actually have to train correctly. You actually need to eat, do these other things. But if you tell yourself you don't have potential, you're going to get worse results. If you convince yourself that you have great potential, and you just keep working at it, again, if you apply yourself intelligently, you'll get great results. It may not be the best in the world, but you'll get damn good results. All right. Self-belief in what we tell ourselves matters.